Hello, welcome to Silver Wheel Tarot. My name is April. Today we are going to do another ancestor reading. So I felt very led to do this reading. The ancestors have another message they want to bring through, especially with it being this time of year with Samhain and Halloween, and the veil is very thin and the ancestors want to come through with a message. So what I have gotten so far, basically, is that they want me to use the Nicoletta Ciccoli deck as well as the Haunted House Tarot deck. And then I got that it is very much a light and shadow reading. So much more than that, I don't know, but in addition to pulling out my red moss agate, which is the stone that I associate with ancestors, and my ancestors specifically, I also felt very led to pull out this piece of amber that I have. Okay. And I got that this amber is representative of light and the moss agate being representative of shadow. And I love how it plays on the color, and being very led to do the reading right now. Like, I've been called this morning to do the reading, and I had some, delays come up. And I got called to come in here right now and get the reading done. And I think it's because they wanted this sunlight to come in, and you can see the light and the shadow. Okay. So then I usually use some clarifier cards. And so I meditated on that and pulled out the, what's this one called? Epic Light Lenormand and the Clair de Lune Lenormand. Okay, so again, playing on the light and shadow aspects. So from there, I'm not quite sure what they want to have come through. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and pull. I think I'm gonna pull 3 light Lenormand cards and 3 shadow, and see where we're led from there. Okay. Okay, so we have an owl, we have a woman, and we have, this looks like a deer. Okay, that's for the light. Let's put that over here on my desk in the light. The sun is shining on a portion of my desk here. Okay, let's pull the shadow cards and see what we have coming up. Ooh. Interesting. Again, we have 2 animals and the woman card. So let me show you what we got. We got the woman, and she's actually facing the opposite direction when I put her down on the desk, and she came out first on this one in the shadow. Then we have the snake, transformation, and we have dog, which is loyalty. Woman in the shadows of transformation, loyalty and friendship, along with a wise, the owl is wisdom, woman, and the deer, which is representing earth and spirit. We have also in the light the wisdom of earth and air, the owl representing wisdom, but also representing spirit, and the deer representing earth and spirit as well. Okay, so what I have so far is there is a transformation taking place in the shadow that is being brought to the light of day to be seen here on earth, to be expressed. Beautiful. All right, let's find out a little bit more about this shadow and see what information we have. Okay, so I just asked Spirit, I don't know, just without even thinking about it really. I just stray thought, you know, is this the same woman? And the answer was no. And I thought, wait a second, it put me back a little bit. And I thought, okay. So for clarity, I asked again to make sure, is this the same woman? And I got very much no. So two different representations here. One in the shadow and one in the light. One with a connection to transformation, loyal to the transformation, I hear. And the other is loyal to the wisdom of spirit. So in the dark, you have one loyal to the transformation at play, and the other loyal to the wisdom of spirit. All right, so not sure yet what, if any, connection these two have, or if this reading is for two separate groups of people. Could be one is you, male or female, could be a feminine aspect, divine feminine. And it could be that one relates to you and one relates to someone else in your life. Possibly someone you don't know also. And the other possibility is that only one of these relates to you. Okay, so let's get some more cards, Spirit, on this shadow energy. Just see what wants to come through. Cards just want to keep being shuffled, so bear with me here. Okay, I'm hearing shuffle it differently. This one we'll try here. There we go. I just needed to slow down. 10 of Wands. Oh. Empress. Hierophant. I'm going to pull 2 more cards. 7 of Pentacles. Tower. Well, this is a person very connected with their soul and their soul growth. Makes sense with the dedication and loyalty and friendship of transformation. Very possibly someone with the power of transformation. These messages coming through with this play on light and shadow could also be meant to give you some clarity with regards to your dealings with some people, directly or indirectly. Some insight to who you're dealing with, essentially, either on the shadow side or the light side. Keeping in mind that it's very clear that these two piles that we're working with are very different people. Not necessarily that they don't have a lot in common, but that one is clearly one person and one is another. That message came through very clear. So this shadow, woman in the shadows, dedicated and loyal and a friend to transformation, is undergoing a transformation at this time. It's I want to make sure I get this right before I say anything. It's very much dealing with essentially this person is most likely some sort of energy worker or into witchcraft of some sort. Not necessarily indicating whether it's any type of light or dark or anything like that, anything in between. Just that the message that is coming through is that this person, the transformation they're currently going through, is undergoing a very hard, challenging transformation where they are pretty much being almost put on trial, almost being placed before judgment in a way. The weight and the cost of it is heavy. Doesn't mean she's going to burn with those flames, though. But she's definitely going through something right now. That is showing with the Tower card. Okay. But we also have the Empress here. And I find it interesting that even though she's in the dark and dedicated to change and transformation and loyal to it and taking on the burden of this, and depending on her choices, what burns and what doesn't is going to be evident based on the choices made. But she's getting ready to birth something new. So this is the Empress card here. And she has her hand on her stomach and she is holding a globe of light. So it's almost like a spark has been created within her that she is nurturing and getting ready to bring to life. She's in the very first stages of it while going through this transformation. But this is bringing light into the darkness, okay? We have here the Hierophant. And it's very much an image in this card of, it kind of reminds me of those old horror movies where, you know, the priests were casting out demons and stuff like that. So what this brings to mind is that whatever work, whatever transformation is being done this time around, it is bringing in a light. And it might be a very painful, very heavy transformation, because as someone in a shadow, she, and I say she, again, this is divine feminine, so you could be masculine or a male that is just, this is the feminine aspect, dominant at this time. But this new thing that is getting ready to be nurtured and eventually birthed into her life is this light is pushing out a darkness of some sort. A shadow, basically bringing a light to a shadow that needed to be brought into the light. And while we see with the Tower card the discomfort here, the Ten of Wands is showing the end of this Tower cycle. So it's near the end. We're in that in-between space, right? The veil is thin in between the end of this transformation being finalized and completed and getting ready to basically like the light has been conceived, and now it is just time to nurture it. And the other card that we have is the Seven of Pentacles, because what is left now here is to wait for that seed of light to grow. And the more it grows, the more it's going to expose the shadow aspect that really needs to be brought into the light, to the light of day, to be worked through and worked out. Now you can see that this person has a very concerned look on their face with this Seven of Pentacles. And what I am getting is there is a bit of concern, because I feel like this person is so comfortable with the dark. But transformation takes both light and dark, and it takes a balance of energies, and it takes a very strong will to be willing to make the changes necessary in order to have the transformation. So, you know, don't be mistaken, this person is very powerful, but the decision has already been made to conceive this new energy that is light. And the more it grows, it's going to bring that shadow into the light and dispel it, which is needed for the transformation. But the Ten of Wands is a very heavy burden. And like I said, we don't know what's going to burn and what isn't. Okay, within this transformation, as it is coming to an end, and as this new light is beginning to grow. And so the concern there is there's really not much left to do but see how it all plays out. It's a waiting for the harvest, for that light to grow, and see what burns and what didn't, you know, what decisions were made. Were they the right decisions? Were they done in love? Because just because someone's in the shadow or comfortable with the shadow or being in the dark does not mean that they're not full of love at the same time. Even comfortable with transformation, you have proof of that here with the loyalty, the dog, the companionship, being a friend to the transformation. But being in the shadows isn't always easy. And it takes both. You have to have both. You have to have light and you have to have shadow. There is light and there is dark, and there is a balance between all of it. So it doesn't mean that the light is always good and doesn't mean that the shadow is always bad. It's not a matter of good and bad. It's a matter of energy. It's a matter of balance. And it's a matter of within the shadow aspect that this person is in, there was too much shadow and a little bit of light needed to come in to balance out the energies. And the decision was made to go ahead and conceive that light, This decision was made on a soul level. And the reason I know that is because we have 3 major arcana cards here. And I'm trying not to, it's hard to show you guys with the sun. There we go. This decision was made on a soul level. But the ego might be going, oh my gosh, what did I do? Did I learn what I needed to learn through this transformation process? Did I lay bare enough that needed to lay bare so that when it comes all to the light, as that light grows, that I won't be, you know, tucking my tail between my legs? You know, but let's pull one more card for the outcome. I feel like it's all going to be okay. And you know why I say that? Because if you take the ego aspect out of it completely, right? And you take away the, you know, the pain from the transformation. I'll show it over here. Maybe that's better. And you take away the fear of the dark aspect being completely brought into the light and being pushed out. Then what you have left is this new seed, this light that has been conceived to help bring more balance. And this is the Empress. This is very nurturing. This is very earth energy. Very, very, very blessed energy, very nurturing on a soul level, right? This is love, okay? But let's pull a card and see what the outcome is for this shadowy woman undergoing this hard, painful, burning transformation. Oh, okay. Three of Pentacles. Oh, I like how the light shines on that. Kind of like it's coming through the... Interesting depiction of the Three of Pentacles. Usually it's like a craftsman working or having help as they're working, or being hired by nobility, someone with great skill to do a job, a sculptor or something, right? And in here, it's almost like we have a wounded bride and we have others coming up to assist. Okay, so yes, the transformation is painful. Yes, there is destruction and burning and all the things of the tearing down of the old as it's going out, and possibly some fear in here and some worry and anxiety. But there's also nurturing, and there's also love, and there's also this seed of light that is just enough to bring a balance into the shadow, to keep it a shadow. It's not full darkness, right? It's a shadow is somewhere in between, right? The light and the dark, but leans more towards the dark. But there is enough light in this seed, even as it is, and it hasn't grown yet, that when the transformation is complete, you know, you might feel a little bit like you're laying on the ground with a hurt wrist, some scrapes, some bruises, you know, a little bit worse for the wear, but not really, not damaged, not injured, not anything that is like a severe trauma of any sort. Just you've been through the ringer, and what we see here is that others are going to be there to help you pick up the pieces. Friendship, community, whatever that ends up looking like for you. It could be different for everybody. But because the light was let in, there is forgiveness, there is compassion, there is friendship. So, you know, you might end up feeling a little scraped up and bruised and on the ground a little bit, but there's going to be someone there to help you up, and you will heal quickly, and you will have companionship and friendship and community and forgiveness, most of all. So, beautiful transformation. Okay, let's take a look at this light person. So again, we have the owl with wisdom and spirit. We have the woman who is looking very elegant and classy, put together, confident. She exudes confidence. And we have the deer here with the number 55, so change. Very much connected to earth and air energy and spirit, again, just to kind of recap that. Confidence, but it is well supported confidence. Very well grounded, very well earned, very much mature confidence, with also an aspect of change as well. All right, so let's pull out this deck and let's pull some cards for this one. All right, ancestors, what message needs to come through for this woman of the light, the air and the earth? Oh, too many cards there. She has piercing eyes in this photo. She is dressed like a bride also. In the shadow aspect, this woman definitely looked like all the gowns were very much like a bride, and in this one, she's very much in a wedding gown looking dress there. But there's quite a bit of weaving on her dress. Patterns. It's about patterns. As you can see, the owl. Bring it over here. The owl has this gorgeous speckled pattern. Her dress has this beautiful, I don't know if you guys can see that, this weave almost. It almost looks like silvery. Looks silvery, maybe coppery. And the pattern is in the antlers here. I guess technically, is that a male deer because it has antlers? So are they still called deer? I don't even know. I should probably look that up. But this deer, we'll call it a deer because that's what I'm calling it, but it's got a little bit of a masculine energy to it. Just a very strong, it is a strength side of confidence and will. Very fiery energy, which makes sense because she's very much in the light. So her light energy is very grounded in the earth, and very wise in the air. Okay, so interesting. So I'm thinking on this one, you know, my thought was the only element missing then is water. And what I heard is no, the water is in her. She has these piercing blue-green eyes. That confidence, her determination, and her will are coming from the heart. So we have all the elements. We do have a sense of change with the fives present, but it's a very stable change. This is, at this point, for this woman in the light, it's not so much a tower moment anymore. It may have been at one point, but it's like she's already been through the ringer, and she is already transformed, like a phoenix is coming to mind, and it has done nothing but make her resolute, stronger, more heart-centered, very wise, and very connected to spirit. I believe that is the Knight of Swords. Spiritual warrior. We have the Lover's card. And in this particular Lover's card, she is holding a red snake. She is the tree, she is the earth, and she is holding this snake of change and transformation. Her heart is open and full of love. And what does she love? She is in the light, but she also loves the shadow. There is a connection between these two, even if they don't know it. These snakes are the connection the snake in the woman of light here, she has a love and respect and values the snake, the energy of transformation and of love. Oh my gosh. And she's got, are these apples? I can't tell. I think those are apples. So the apples are full of seeds, and this light represents love. So this woman of light loves so much that she even loves the storm and the shadow and everything that comes with it. And she's nurturing and caring for it. She's showing it love. And I feel like like this seed of love that the shadow is holding, that was needed for the shadow woman to have a little bit more, well, to help with the transformation. It's a gift. And it is a gift of love and light into the shadow to help bring balance. And we see here that the shadow has accepted that gift of light and forgiveness and love, and is clearly willing to go through this transformation to push out the shadow aspect that really needed to be brought into the light. But the acceptance of the light makes all the difference. And that is why for the shadow, it is bringing a very good resolution to this, one of love and forgiveness and healing. Now, for the woman in the light, she loves the shadow and the storm and the snake and the seeds, and she's a nurturer. And she's just, I mean, look at how many apples full of seeds are put out there into the storm, which represents transformation. Okay? So this woman in the light may not even realize how many people she is helping with her light, because she is just putting it out there for someone to be willing to receive and accept. Queen of Cups, not that she hasn't dealt with her own demons. Here is that Cups heart energy here that is behind those piercing eyes of hers. But it has not been an easy journey. Very easy for someone to say, look at someone like this and think they have it all. They're so put together. They're so confident. They're so strong. They're so grounded. They're so wise. Whatever those light aspects are. But in order to embrace this Queen of Cups, she has been through many trials and on a very long journey. It hasn't been easy. The strength had to come from somewhere. Strength doesn't happen overnight. Strength is developed. Strength is nurtured. Strength is balance. Strength is forgiveness. We also have the Empress. Oh my gosh. So hopefully you guys can see that. The light's a little bit glaring for me, but I'm trying to make it not glare for you. So the Empress in the woman of the light is inspecting and caring for and nurturing bugs from the shadow. She has let in the creepy crawler, shown it compassion and love and forgiveness, and values it, values the importance of having both shadow and light, the uniqueness, the need for both in order to have balance. It has value. And I love that she's holding a dragonfly, but there are other bugs there as well. There's like a beetle and a spider and a fly and some other sort of flying worm looking thing here. Again, she's got storm clouds behind her. The Knight of Swords here has a stormy looking sky. The Lover's card has a storm in the background. And in the Queen of Cups, the storm is represented in her skirt there, in the challenges, the obstacles, the trials that she has been through. And instead of it destroying her heart and shutting down, she has learned how to go with the flow, how to maneuver the waves, and how to open her heart even more. So where the Shadow Lady has gone through clearly this tower and the burning 10 wands, the Lady in the Light has undergone a great storm and chaos. And she, on the flip side of the shadow, has opened her heart to the shadow, to the storms, to the turbulence, to the ups and downs, to annoyances, to the bugs, but values it. She sees its necessity, its purpose, that it is also required these times of storm in order to have that great wisdom, in order to have that balance within the light, because you don't really have one without the other. There is always some shadow in light, and there's always some light in shadow. You can't have, in the sense that you can't have one without the other. And they both have an equal value to bring balance. But the trick is balance, because balance is not balance. Controlled balance is not easy, because balance is not static. Balance takes a willingness to change, a willingness to compromise where needed, a willingness to let go what does not need to be held onto, even if you are committed to holding on to it. But if it needs to be let go, a willingness to let it go. In the light, it's a willingness to open up to the dark and understand the purpose of it, the need for it, the lessons that the storms bring, the strength it helps develop. Okay. Very fitting. We have the Six of Pentacles. Which is very much a card of balance, of giving and receiving. In this card, again, it's got a shadowy background. She is wearing cat ears and a cat tail, while she also has mice that she is playing with. So cats usually eat and kill mice, and here she's not doing that. Interesting too, in this card, it's the first time I've noticed this, there are 5 mice on each side. Typically, if you see a pip card or a, minor arcana card, and it is like, say, a 6, you're going to have 6 pentacles or 6 mice, but there are 10, and I believe that here she is the 6. And on one hand, she is giving, and on the other hand, she is receiving. She is the balance, this woman of light. She brings the necessary balance. The mice may not like it. She's got them in her hands at the moment, but she's the balance that's needed. You can't have one without the other. Both have equal value. Both have space to take up that needs to be taken up. Both hold space, and a balance is required. As much as the shadow at times may want everything to be shadow, and as much as the light may want everything to be light, it just doesn't work like that. There has to be a balance. And this woman of the light brings that. Beautiful. I think that's all I have for you guys today. It was a very interesting message. I'm really quite enjoying these ancestor messages. So we'll see, if they come through wanting to give another message or not. But I think this is my second one in the last couple weeks, or the week or so. So we'll see. It is that time of year, so I won't be surprised if they come through with more messages. But for now, that's where we're going to leave it. That's what we have for today. I hope that that has helped you in some way. Answer some questions, bring some clarity, and show you where the lines of balance lie. All right. Be blessed. See you all next time.